Russian President Vladimir Putin had a call with Chinese President Xi Jinping as both leaders prepare to deal with U.S. President Donald Trump.
6 people have been killed and dozens wounded in an Israeli attack on the Jenin refugee camp in the occupied West Bank, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. The Israeli military says it was conducting a counter-terrorism operation in the area, which is known for militant activity. Jenin has been a frequent target of Israeli raids during the 15-month Israel-Hamas war. Violence in the West Bank has escalated significantly since the conflict began, with over 800 Palestinians killed in Israeli operations. Meanwhile, in Gaza, a ceasefire is holding for a third day. Many residents are returning home to find their neighborhoods in ruins.
كله حجار بطن بس حجار بطن وبس اشيل الردم بدي سنتين عشان اشيل الردم هذا والحديد وين بدنا نيجي نقعد حتى نحط خيمه مش حتزبط الخيمه نحطها كله دمار 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 لا
The United Nations reports a significant increase in aid deliveries, with over 900 trucks entering Gaza since the truce began.
The families of the 3 released Israeli hostages delivered a joint statement expressing their gratitude to all parties involved in securing their return. Romy Gonen, Emily Damari, and Doron Steinbrecher were the first 3 hostages released by Hamas after a ceasefire deal with Israel went into effect on Sunday.
היום דורון איתנו בבית, דורונה כאן, אנחנו עדיין מעכלים, מנסים להתמודד.
I'm delighted to be able to tell you that Emily is in high spirits on the road to recovery.
אנחנו שמחים להגיד סוף סוף שרומי היא חתל"שית.
The 3 women, ranging between 24 and 31 years of age, spent 15 months under Hamas captivity in Gaza after being captured in the group's October 7, 2023 attack on southern Israel. The family members thanked their government for finally moving forward with a deal that facilitates the release of hostages, as well as mediators Qatar and Egypt. They also had lots of gratitude to U.S. presidents involved in the deal, Joe Biden and Donald Trump, particularly the latter.
הגענו לרגע הזה אחרי יותר מדי זמן, וללא מעורבותו של טראמפ זה לא היה קורה.
רצינו להגיד גם תודה לנשיא ארצות הברית הנכנס, מר דונלד טראמפ, שבזכות עמידתו האמיצה לצד ישראל, תוך חיזוק הטוב האנושי.
The families say the young women are doing well, noting that it will be a long road to recovery. They've urged the families of all hostages still under captivity to continue protesting to ensure the government fully implements the deal and all hostages are released.
More than 60 people have died and over 50 were injured after a fire broke out at a ski resort in Turkey's Bolu province. The blaze started on the restaurant floor of the 12-story resort before it quickly spread throughout the building. The cause of the fire is under investigation, but local media suggested that the wooden cladding on the exterior of the hotel may have accelerated the spread of the fire. They added that the hotel is on the side of a cliff, hampering efforts to combat the flames. 2 of the victims died after jumping from the building in a panic, according to Bolu's governor. The fire occurred during the school semester break when many skiers from Istanbul and Ankara head to the Bolu Mountains. Other hotels at the resort were evacuated as a precaution, and guests were placed in hotels around Bolu.
Bisphenol A is now fully banned from coming into contact with food products. As of Monday, the European Union has prohibited the use of this endocrine disruptor in food containers. This chemical, commonly found in cans, food storage containers, and water bottles, can contaminate food products.
Bisphenol A has been listed as a substance of very high concern under REACH, the EU chemical legislation, the EU flagship chemical legislation, since 2006 for its properties as toxic for reproduction and for its endocrine disrupting properties for human health since 2017. So these are the main concerns about bisphenol A. And bisphenol A is associated to health concerns such as breast cancer, neurobehavioral disorders, and diabetes.
The European Union is a pioneer in banning bisphenols. However, this prohibition is the result of a long scientific and political process considered too lengthy by NGOs.
It has been a long-awaited decision. Scientists have been calling for the ban of bisphenols for more than a decade. There's been a report on bisphenol and the concern about bisphenols from the European Environment Agency more than a decade ago. So it's been a long process, and we're hoping now that the follow-up decisions and steps for the use of bisphenols in other consumer products will come quickly.
The NGO hopes the European Union will agree to broaden the ban on bisphenol A, with the next potential target being children's toys.
Russian President Vladimir Putin had a call on Tuesday with Chinese President Xi Jinping, as both leaders prepare to deal with U.S. President Donald Trump. The two leaders emphasized their strong personal ties, which Putin said do not depend on the current international environment.
Совместно выступаем за построение более справедливого многополярного миропорядка. Ведем работу в интересах обеспечения неделимой безопасности на евразийском пространстве и в мире в целом.
At the same time, Xi expressed hope for positive ties with the U.S. in a call he had with Trump on Friday, something China's foreign ministry spokesperson restated after Trump's inauguration.
中方愿意按照相互尊重、和平共处、合作共赢的原则，同美方加强对话沟通，妥善管控分歧，拓展互利合作。希望美方同中方相向而行，共同推动中美经贸关系稳定、健康、可持续发展。
Russia's top diplomat said the interests of the United States haven't changed with Trump taking office.
Интерес Соединенных Штатов никогда не менялся независимо, в зависимости от того, демократы или республиканцы находятся в Белом доме. Этот интерес заключается в том, чтобы всегда быть сильнее любого конкурента.
Putin has also noted that Moscow is open to dialogue with the Trump administration on the conflict in Ukraine, emphasizing the need to respect Russia's interests.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov on Tuesday welcomed his Armenian counterpart for bilateral talks that included the latest developments in the Armenia-Azerbaijan tensions. The meeting comes after Armenian Prime Minister repeated intention to leave the Collective Security Treaty Organization led by Russia. Lavrov said Moscow was ready to assist in the normalization of relations.
Надеемся, что и в дальнейшем российская сторона будет учитывать все аспекты происходящего, избегая односторонних трактовок, которые, к сожалению, мы видели в последнее время, в последние дни.
Мы всегда ценили, продолжаем ценить братские связи с армянским народом, с Арменией, нашим естественным стратегическим партнером, союзником, и заинтересованы в том, чтобы многовековые традиции дружбы, добрососедства укреплялись и развивались.
Azerbaijan and Armenia relations have been on and off for over 3 decades since both nations fought a bloody war in the late 1980s and early 1990s.
As he did during his first administration, Trump is once more pulling the U.S. out of the World Health Organization. He also ordered a comprehensive review of U.S. foreign aid spending. Both moves fit into his isolationist, America-first approach to international affairs.
So we paid $500 million to World Health when I was here, and I terminated it. They wanted us back so badly, so we'll see what happens. Pretty sad though, think of it. China pays $39 million, and we pay $500 million, and China's a bigger country.
His move does not just pause the future transfer of U.S. government funds, but also recalls and reassigns federal personnel and contractors working with the organization. Many scientists fear this move could roll back decades-long gains made in fighting infectious diseases like AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis. Experts also warn it could weaken the world's defenses against dangerous new outbreaks capable of triggering pandemics.
Este cavalo, o que é a diferença para as outras raças? É isso, é a parte mental e de equilíbrio e de flexibilidade. É um cavalo com uma flexibilidade, com uma moral enorme, porque foi um cavalo selecionado sempre para a guerra, para a caça, para o maneio do campo e para a parte de equitação académica que era representada pelas grandes academias na Europa.
We expect to create more impact with this recognition. We will open an exhibition nearby in Museu dos Coches in the end of the month, and we will do more workshops, more formation, and we will do performance to kids.